What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing a Manchester City transfer update. Before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. Remember, I am going to be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates from June for you guys to stay up to date throughout the whole summer transfer window when it comes to Manchester City transfer news here on YouTube. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do leave a thumbs up. 200 likes is the aim. And finally, I want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Football Prizes, who have got a fantastic prize for you guys to go and check out. It's made up of a competition for the FA Cup final. You can go and win 2 premium Club Wembley tickets to Manchester City v Manchester United in the FA Cup final, plus 15 instant prizes to be won as well. So if you are a City fan, a United fan, or a football fan in general, you do not want to miss this competition, as you can win 2 premium Club Wembley tickets to watch the Manchester derby on Saturday, 25th of May 2024. Kick-off time believed to be 3 PM at this time at Wembley, and tickets to enter this prize are £2.95, and you can enter as many times as you want to try and win this competition. But there is more. There's also instant prizes to be won, including signed shirts, and you've got a choice of signed shirts here from either Kobe Mainoo or Phil Foden, Robin van Persie or Vincent Kompany, and Andre Onana or Edison as well. Do go and check out Football Prizes. Links and details there in the description, and I will speak a little bit more about Football Prizes at the end of this video. So, on to the transfer update. We're going to start off with some out news, and we've got the very latest on Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Now, Alan Nixon has said that Southampton, if they are promoted to the Premier League this season, then they're going to make that option of Taylor Harwood-Bellis signing for them permanently. But if Southampton aren't promoted, Ipswich Town, who are right up there, potentially being promoted to the Premier League from the Championship, they're interested in taking Taylor Harwood-Bellis from Manchester City on a permanent basis as well. It all depends on which teams end up getting promoted to the Premier League, of course. 2 automatic spots to go at. Leicester City looking the best out of the bunch right now, but things can change still with a couple of games still left to be played. So we'll wait and see as to who is going to get promoted. And of course, you've got the playoffs as well to go at as well. Now, Southampton do have that purchase option for £15 million should they be promoted to the Premier League. I think it's mandatory, but don't quote me on that. So if they are promoted, they have to make it permanent. Now, Taylor Harwood-Bellis has been getting plenty of minutes with Southampton so far this season, as I covered in my loan report back in March. It's live on my channel if you want to go and check it out. But yeah, he's doing very well. Manchester City, it's looking like they want to be able to cash in, and Ipswich Town, if they do end up getting promoted and Southampton do not, then Taylor Harwood-Bellis would be a player that they're looking to try and take off Manchester City's hands, and I presume that City will be looking for that fee of £15 million. Now, moving on, we've got the very latest on James McAtee, and Alan Nixon has said that Leicester City, they plan to take James McAtee on loan from Manchester City next season should they seal promotion back to the Premier League. He says that Manchester City want James McAtee to have another season of Premier League football under his belt, and Man City are most keen right now on it being a loan deal, not a permanent deal. I wouldn't rule out Manchester City for the right price potentially selling James McAtee, especially if there is a cheaper buyback clause included on that deal. I'll keep my eyes and ears open for that. Now, moving on to some more first team players. Kalvin Phillips, got the latest on him, and the Daily Mail have said that should Leeds be promoted, then Kalvin Phillips would be of interest to Leeds United, and they'd be interested in taking him from Manchester City, but Leeds are only interested in a loan. It's said that Leeds cannot afford the asking price, which has gone down from £40 to £45 million to £30 million, which showcases how well he's doing out on loan with West Ham. and yes, including a bit of sarcasm on there in case that's been lost in translation on anybody. But yeah, a whole £15 million knocked off his value through one bad loan. There's problems around his wages as well. £150,000 a week. Newly promoted teams just simply cannot afford that, including Leeds United as well. And I think the best option that City could have would be City pursuing a loan deal and getting that loan deal right, because if they do get that right, they may be able to regroup a little bit more money, and some clubs may be willing to spend a little bit more when it comes to his high demands, when it comes to his wages, because at the moment teams just aren't that interested in taking Kalvin Phillips. They think that he's going to flop. So that is what we do need to keep our eyes and ears open on. Now, moving on to Joao Cancelo, and Reshad Rahman has said that Barcelona, they want Cancelo next season from Manchester City, and they want him on a season-long loan with a mandatory option to buy for the summer of 2025. Now, if it was up to me, as long as the cash put on offer from that loan deal was right, and Man City were happy with the permanent option to buy in the summer of 2025, then I would accept that. Reshad Rahman has gone on to say that Laporta, who's in charge at Barcelona, is considering his options, though, after being unimpressed with Cancelo's performance against Paris Saint-Germain in the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final clash. Little bit of fickleness going on there, and I feel like a game's being played here for Barcelona to try and get Joao Cancelo as cheap as possible, because they don't have any funds, they can't afford him. That's the facts that we're looking at here. Anyway, moving on to the ins. Got the very latest on Timeo Whisker, and Fabrizio Romano has said that a deal is all sorted now for Whisker to join Manchester City's academy from Cardiff City's academy. He's a French youngster, 15 years old, very exciting prospect, plays out wide on the wing. No word on fee, but I imagine it will be probably a 6-figure fee rather than a 7-figure fee. Anyway, wanted to warmly welcome Timeo to Manchester City, wishing him the best of luck at the academy, and hopefully we'll be able to see him around the first team squad sooner rather than later. Moving on, we've got the very latest on Michael Olise, and Ed Aarons has said that Olise has a release clause in his contract this summer for £65 million. He's still of interest to Manchester City, but there are other clubs sniffing around him as well, including Manchester United and Arsenal as well. So something for me to keep my eyes on for the summer. Olise is still very much a name that is getting mentioned along with Eze over at Crystal Palace. Now moving on, we've got the very latest on Lucas Paqueta, and Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Lucas Paqueta does have a release clause in his West Ham contract this summer as well, and that's worth £85 million. The big question mark is, will Manchester City pay £85 million for him? City want to negotiate that price down. West Ham don't want to negotiate on the price, so it doesn't look like there's any leeway. So it is very much a question of, do City value Paqueta at £85 million? Now, Foot Mercato have said that Man City are reluctant to pay that £85 million release clause. They want to negotiate the price with West Ham, but they're not too sure on how much room for negotiation there is. So Man City don't want to put all their eggs in the Lucas Paqueta basket, and that moves us very nicely onto an update on Bruno Guimaraes over at Newcastle United, because he is believed to be the alternative to Lucas Paqueta, according to Ben Jacobs. He says that Manchester City, they want a partner for Rodri. They want someone who can complement him. They want someone who can play with him, and if Rodri's injured or suspended or needs a rest, they want a player that can also slot into that Rodri hole for Manchester City as well. So City very much looking for a central midfielder who can cover both as a number 6 and as a number 8 as well, and Bruno Guimaraes is very much a player that City think could be that player that helps us to boost our numbers and our quality in central midfield. Again, just like with Lucas Paqueta, the problem here is price. How much are we looking for? How much are Newcastle willing to negotiate? And City also have to weigh up, is Paqueta and or Guimaraes right for Manchester City as well? Certainly something to keep my eyes on as we head in towards the summer transfer market. Now moving on, I've got the very latest on Jamal Musiala, and Miguel Delaney has said that Manchester City, they want to make a move for Musiala this summer. He says that City feel that this year or next year is is the year to strike to sign the 21-year-old midfielder. He says that Manchester City want to improve their attacking line this summer. They're planning on making a move for Olise and or Lucas Paqueta, and City also eyeing up a move for Musiala as well. And I've maintained for quite a while now, I can see Manchester City looking at 2 central midfielders rather than just 1, and City will be doing that because Kalvin Phillips is going to leave, so that opens up space for a number 6 and a number 8, ideally a player that can cover both. But I'm also, with a release clause active in Bernardo Silva's contract, I'm expecting him to leave City this summer as well. £50 million. Arsenal apparently interested. As far as I'm aware, that release clause is only active to clubs outside of the Premier League, and Manchester City don't want to sell to any other Premier League club when it comes to Bernardo Silva. And also Man City think that Bernardo Silva has a lot of respect for Manchester City, and he won't look to go and move from us to another Premier League rival as well. But I do expect Bernardo to leave, and if that does happen, opens up space out wide and also an attacking midfield, which is why we're getting linked with Musiala. Now, the Athletic have said that Manchester City want Musiala, but they believe that this summer Bayern Munich aren't going to sell, and the expectation is that he signs a new deal at Bayern Munich, and if that does happen, Man City will end their interest in Musiala. Now, Jacob Steinberg has said that Pep Guardiola has told Chicky that he wants a new attacking midfielder this summer. He wants a player that can create in attack. He wants a player who can help bolster numbers in Manchester City's midfield. He wants players who can pass. He wants players who can distribute. He wants players who can change the pace of the game. He wants Jamal Musiala. That's the impression that we're getting from Manchester City. Again, there's always hurdles when it comes to transfers. The problem is, does he want to leave Bayern Munich? Will he force a move away from Bayern Munich this summer? Will he sign a new deal? Very much like the Joshua Kimmich situation, and it's getting towards push or shove moment when it comes to the summer as well. But again, another player that is of interest to Manchester City. So there we go. That has been today's transfer update. Do let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments below. Do leave a thumbs up. 200 likes is the aim. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Remember, daily Manchester City transfer updates coming from June for you guys to look forward to. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel. It is free. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description so if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Football Prizes, where you could win that incredible prize of 2 premium Club Wembley tickets for the Manchester Derby FA Cup final of Manchester City v Manchester United on Saturday 25th of May 2024. And whilst I've been recording this video, it has been confirmed that that game is going to be kicking off at 3 p.m. BST. There's lots of instant prizes to be won, including signed shirts from Kobe Mainoo or Phil Foden, Robin van Persie or Vincent Kompany, and Andre Onana or Edison. Links and details there in the description. A big thank you to Football Prizes for sponsoring this video. Remember, without these sponsors, these videos quite simply do not happen, so I would appreciate any interaction towards that. And also, £2.95 to enter for 2 Club Wembley tickets for a match of a lifetime. Manchester Derby, Man City v Manchester United FA Cup final, back-to-back FA Cup finals made up of Manchester derbies. City won last year's one. Can we go and make it another? That would be absolutely brilliant. You don't want to go and miss it. Links and details, they are in the description, and I'll see you all again real soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC, thank you everyone for watching, I hope everyone is safe and well, peace, ciao for now.